Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boone here on the Boone Show. It is 6:22 p.m. Central Time, U.S. Central Time. All right, I don't have very long. I'm driving in the car. I'm going through Cambridge right now, and I just wanted to talk about something quick, as long as I'm in a pissy mood. Anyway, so let me just go ahead and just talk about some millennial stuff quick. Let me first start by saying I am technically a millennial. I was born in 1995, which puts me in that generation, and I'm very ashamed to say that I'm a part of that generation. All right, let me just continue by saying I have been seeing posts on Facebook where people are talking about how people are confusing millennials for the newest generation, which is Generation X, I believe. I don't know for sure, but I think that's the newest generation it's called. And they were talking about, they were also talking about how people in general, and the millennials are all grown up now. The youngest ones are 18 and beyond and such. And they're talking about how we're all grown up, yet they treat us like children. And I'm just sitting here like, well, what the fuck do you expect them to treat you like, you dumb son of a bitch? You sit there and fucking most of us, or not us, I won't say us because I refuse to associate with myself there. And unfortunately, I am a millennial, but I do not put myself in the category of these types of millennials. Is a majority of you dumb fuckers that are in the millennial generation fucking cry, bitch, moan, protest, break things because your fucking candidate lost the presidency. Jesus fucking Christ. Donald Trump's not the first president. How often do you think this shit happened? And I hated Obama, and so did all the conservatives, but when the conservatives didn't cause as much trouble as you fuckers do, your candidate loses, you fucking scream, you cry. Millennials think there's more than one gender, this and that, all this stupid bullshit. And you expect people to treat you like adults? You expect people to treat you equal to the last generation. And you know what? I will say that the generation that raised the millennials is to blame. And I blame them for handing out participation trophies. I blame them for this and that. And you know what the thing is that everyone from that generation, like my parents, both my parents always remember that their parents used to smack them when they were being assholes. My dad said that my grandma would take a wooden spoon to their ass when they were being naughty. And my mom said that my mom's mom goes a little overboard if the stories are true. I will say that. But my mom says that her mom and dad spanked the shit out of them when they were kids and they were being little pricks. And and I get the fact that you wouldn't want to do that to your kids because it hurt you and it pissed you off. But at the same time, like, now you're coddling your kids because you don't want to be like your fucking parents. Like, it's a losing cycle. You're going to raise your kids not to hit to spank their kids, so they're not going to spank their kids. Or maybe it will. Maybe the cycle will be broken because we never got smacked, and we don't know what it's like. Maybe we will spank our kids, and it'll become acceptable again. Maybe it'll go in a cycle, but as of right now, it's a losing fucking cycle. I think you gotta spank kids sometimes. You're not hitting them. You're not abusing your kids when you spank them. That's not abuse. That's a punishment. You know, a lot of people stay out of jail because the punishment of going to jail is being in jail and you don't get freedom. Like, you can ground a kid, but when they're really little, it doesn't matter. When they're like 5 years old, you don't beat the shit out of them. You don't take a switch like Adrian Peterson did and just beat the bejesus out of him. But Jesus Christ, you give him a spank on the ass. Even just a slap spank on the ass hurts. You know, like when you're training a dog, you use a dog whistle. Well, you know, the dog whistle hurts their ears, so it's causing them pain. Regardless of how you think it, you can say it's all humane. And a lot of people use shock collars, too. So it's either you use a dog whistle to hurt their ears or a shock collar to shock their fucking skin. One way or another, it's pain that fucking trains them. And that's how dogs get trained, is by sense, by you hurting their ears, or you know what I mean? And I'm not saying pain's a good thing, but that's how you learn. You fall, you hit your head, you learn not to fall as much anymore. At least you do your best not to try, or try not to. You know what I mean? And it's just ridiculous. And millennials are the biggest bunch of little fucking cocksucking babies I've ever met in my goddamn life. Like, Jesus Christ, talk about a pussy generation. Fucking, like I said, you got videos of these liberals fucking rioting, and you got liberals fucking screaming their heads off, crying because Donald Trump won. There was that one video, that girl was talking about how she was literally going to kill herself, and she felt like she was fucking dying. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, grow up. I know when you lost your softball tournament in fucking third grade, you still got a trophy for it. But but that's the thing is like these kids need to learn how to lose. Like when I was in baseball and I was in a tournament, I lost, and they still gave us like medals. And like I was like really surprised as to why. And I was like only in first, second grade, so obviously my thought process wasn't that in depth. But I do recall when I got that medal, I had asked my dad. I was like, I thought we lost. Like I asked my dad, I was like, I thought we lost. Like I already knew what losing was. And I was like, I thought we lost. Why do we get these? And like, well, I didn't really get it at the time. But kids need to know how to lose. If you don't teach them how to lose when they're kids, they're not going to know how to lose when they're adults. And losing is a huge part of life. You lose more than you win most of the time. And that's just the fucking way life is. So raising fucking kids to be fucking pussies doesn't help anybody. Doesn't even help them. Doesn't help you. Doesn't help anybody. Just makes the fucking nation a bunch of pussies. And I see these signs that say, kill the NRA. It's like, well, what are you going to kill them with? Good luck. Like, well, you guys don't use fucking guns. What are you going to shoot? What are you going to fucking bring a knife to a gunfight? Good luck with that there, bud. And it's just pissing me off all this gun control bullshit. These millennials don't even know how to fire a gun, let alone fucking okay, not even the millennials. Generation X, the 16-year-olds that are in school saying that we should ban guns because they're afraid to get shot up. I bet you most of them haven't shot a gun. They don't know anything about guns. I was raised around guns. I was raised around a lot of guns. I shot guns when I was very young. I think I started shooting guns when I was 5, 6, maybe 7 years old. And I remember the first time I shot my 20-gauge shotgun my dad bought me. It knocked me on my ass because it was such a fucking powerful fucking shotgun for such a kid I was. But I was raised around them. I was taught how to use them properly. I was taught the rights and the wrongs. And I think that's part of the problem is the fact that these adults don't teach kids the rights and wrongs with guns. And so kids fucking grow up thinking they're taboo. And that's not the way guns are. Guns save more lives than they fucking kill, than they take. There's a lot of other things in this world that take more lives, like knives and fucking baseball bats and fucking, like I said, there's just a lot of things. Guns don't kill as many people as you think they do. It's just when you see something on a mass scale, if it's not a terrorist from like Al Qaeda or ISIS, it's usually a gun. Some white guy or somebody went in and shot somebody up, a place up. There's nothing wrong with guns. And it's kind of funny. You see that gun sales have gone up since they've been talking about gun control. Do you really fucking believe the American citizens are going to give up their goddamn guns knowing that information? If we're buying more guns because of the gun control shit going on, do you really believe that we're going to give them up to you? That's more like the fucking American citizens are arming themselves just in fucking case you start coming at us, because we're not going to fucking let it happen. I guarantee it. I can promise you, you will have a fucking battle on your hands if you take away the American citizens' guns, because the Second Amendment is there to protect us from the government from doing such a thing. So if the government tries to do that, it's our Second Amendment right to fight back. And I'm not saying that because I'm saying we should fight back. I'm saying that's what the fucking amendment is there for, to stop that from happening. Nazi Germany, what do you think Hitler did? He disarmed his people. He did the same thing in Russia. Same thing in China. They do a lot. Everything like that, like every regime like that, took away guns from their people before they fucked them over. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'm about to hit a dead zone here. I'm about to lose service. So, it was great talking to you guys today. Hope you loved my rant, and I'll talk to you guys another time. See you later. Have a good night, bros.